My name is Danielle Patterson. I go by Danny, and my district is Copperas Cove ISD in Texas, and I am the Technology Integration Facilitator. So being the engagement in Schoology has kind of changed and shifted. Before it'd be using paper and pencil to read a story in an ELAR class, and then now we can actually embed some videos or embed a Google Earth view of maybe the location of the setting of the story. You can put in simulations. Students can provide responses back, not just handwritten. They can video, they can make a Powtoon, they can do so many different things. So it definitely provides a lot of options for engagement. So over the past year, the student performance in our district has changed since using Schoology. It's been huge. We're able to see where they were when we were at a zero-level campus to now with the mastery and the TEKS. Like we mentioned before, you can take just a normal everyday lesson that you're trying to get all of the learning objectives in a classroom setting. Now you can provide different avenues and teach the same concept, but able to give more material for students to be able to access then or later or come back and reflect. So I do agree that Schoology provides these learners with a lot of support, especially with that immediate feedback. I think that's the piece that really gets our teachers in. They're able to see that it doesn't need to take days or weeks or whenever they finally get a break to grade an assessment and give it back. I mean, it's immediate. The students know right away and can, get that misconception out of their head. But not only that, the teacher can now focus their learning on the areas that need it, and then they don't have to go back and reteach. And you're just constantly, making different turns, but it's so immediate. It's just like a game. I try to think of like gaming in general. You die, you go back and you don't do it again. You try it again and you take a different route and you make different moves. So I think Schoology is huge with that, and that's our biggest takeaway from it. My favorite part, if I were a classroom teacher still, would be the mastery, being able to constantly keep tabs of how my students are doing on that different learning objective. And again, that feedback is just immediate, and I can constantly change my learning. But as a system admin level, I think my favorite part is the embeddables and so much you can do, and you don't have to leave Schoology. These kids only really need one login, and they get in and they can do so much. They can jump out into Google, but they're still in there. I think that's huge, trying to remember passwords after passwords. It's daunting. I remember making huge password cards and making sure I hand wrote every password so the kids never lost it. But now once it's in Schoology, you don't even have to worry about that, and I think that's huge. The future of digital learning using Schoology at my district, we want to move towards the digital innovation. At this point, we're kind of in skills, and each item is like a silo, and so we want to be able to take all the resources that we have available and immerse it into the classroom, and kind of that blended learning. And Scott talked about personalized learning today at the conference, and that and digital innovation to me kind of can come hand in hand, and you're using all that's available to you to personalize the students' learning. So we want to move towards digital innovation along with that personal